Welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. It is my birthday. It has been your normal, typical, average day. I went to work today, but I came home and Rob was doing this. And this. And this.
Hey guys, this is Rob. I'm going to be helping Morgan out with her Vlogmas, I guess, today. So today is her 30th birthday, so happy birthday to you, Morgan. As you can see, I look a little tired, worn out, but not making any excuses. It's 5 in the afternoon. Got the smoker fired up. We're going to be doing some steaks today. So I started pulling them apart before I realized I should probably record this because it might give her some content. I just got done wearing a hard hat all day, working outside. I am beat, but we'll see what we can do anyway. So let's swap this camera around real quick so you guys can see. Alright, so I went ahead and I bought 3 nice, thick, well-marbled ribeyes. And then I bought 2 of these porterhouse steaks for her birthday. One for me, one for her, and then some lunch. The other thing that she loves is Stouffer's mac and cheese, so went ahead and bought a small box of that. Get it tossed in the oven in a second, so that it can hopefully be ready by the time she gets home. She's usually home around 6:30, but I think she left a little bit on time for once. Got some fresh bread, just Walmart bakery stuff, nice and firm while being soft. So firm on the outside, soft on the inside. We're gonna turn this into some nice garlic bread. Bought some fresh spring salad mix. So of course we got the croutons. She's already got bacon bits. I went ahead and got some more sour cream for the potatoes. I'm going to see if I want to do these on the grill, or if I want to do some mashed potatoes, or if I want to just do baked potatoes. It's just going to depend on how much time I have once we get everything fired up and going. Other than that, like I said, I got some ranch dressing for her. I don't like ranch, but she does. No idea if that's any good or not. That's just what I saw. You got some cherry tomatoes, because that's her preference. And that fresh spring organic mix. Nothing too fancy, but we did spend right at $100. And we had to restock on Dales. If you guys don't know how to season steaks, I recommend just taking some Dales, douse it in that, let it sit 10-15 minutes, get room temperature, put some salt and pepper on it, and you're good to go. They also have a low sodium brand of Dales now. Just saw that today. Typically we buy this in the larger jugs, but they were sold out. And without further ado, I guess we can walk out and look at the smoker real quick. Pass through my filthy garage. So it's an electric wood pellet smoker. It's a Pit Boss. It's getting warmed up right now. It's 180 degrees. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit. A lot of heat coming out, killing all those germs. We'll run it over with a brush and some cleaner in a second once it gets a little warmer. And that's about it. I'll show you guys the steaks and all once we get them put up, but I'm just gonna take those Ziploc bags because I didn't have any totes available at the time. My Tupperware I think is all in the dishwasher. We'll just put it in there later. But like I said, we're just gonna fill up these Ziploc bags with Dell seasoning, slosh it around a little bit and then let it sit there. And like typically you wanna give it 10-15 minutes to get to room temperature. And we'll let it soak for probably 30-45 minutes in the fridge because it's only gonna take 4 to 5 minutes for them to actually cook. Alright guys, so before I put these in the fridge and put them away, just wanted to show you exactly what I'm doing. So we've taken the Dale seasoning that we showed earlier, poured it into the bags. That's what all the black stuff is in the bottom. I make sure to pour it on top, but what we'll do is we'll come back to these steaks in a 15-20 minutes, 15-20 minutes or 30 minutes before we're ready to put it on the grill, and we'll flip them over in the fridge. So being in Ziploc bags, it's just gonna take all the juice that's in the bottom and put it back on top of the steak and give it more time to marinate. The seasonings I like to use are Everglades. My dad used this when I was a kid, and I've liked it ever since. This goes pretty well on anything from chicken, fish, deer, whatever you want to put it on. And they got different blends of it now too. It used to be just that one, but now they've got multiple flavors. I also like this Grill Mates Montreal steak seasoning. We keep a lot of this seasoning in the house usually because more than steaks, this I prefer to use on hamburgers. So before you make hamburger patties, you know, just throw it all in a bowl. You're gonna get your hands dirty when you do it. Throw a bunch of this in there on it, and this makes or breaks it. And I also like to throw little Dells on my hamburgers before I cook them. But that's it for the steaks. We'll cut back to this once we get them ready to toss on the grill. I know some people like to put rubs on them, or some people like to season them and let the seasoning sit on it while they're marinating. I don't. Not a real preference either way. I've tried both. I don't really notice a big difference. But I'll throw the seasoning on right before I throw them on the grill. So I'll season the top side and then throw that down on the grill, and then I'll season the side that's facing up to me that's still naked. That way I make sure both sides get seasoned while they're still raw, and then I'll cook them to hopefully medium well for Morgan and medium rare to medium for me. It's just I'm still getting used to cooking steaks on the smoker, but I prefer it over cooking on the stove. Stove gets real smoky. If you guys have any questions about that, just let me know. All right, so I've decided what I'm gonna do with the potatoes. We're gonna do a camp style potato. We're just gonna take one of these tinfoil dishes. I'm gonna throw it on the smoker. After I chop up these potatoes, I'm gonna wash them first. I don't know if we need to wash potatoes or not. It's just something my family's always done. So we always wash them before we cook them. So I'll just run them through the colander under them so they can drain out, clean them real quick. And then we're gonna throw them on the cutting board and slice and dice. Make it to where they can cook a little bit easier, because you know potatoes take a while to cook. I think this is going to take about 30 minutes on the grill. You just got to watch them. You're not going to overcook the potatoes unless you burn them. So if you pay attention to them, stir them up, they're good to go. We're just going to throw some salt, pepper, garlic, butter, maybe some other seasoning if I see something that catches my eye. Nothing fancy, just quick, simple, and easy. All right, so real quick, I wanted to kind of go over how I cut my potatoes to save time. Of course, it falls apart. Trying to do things with one hand. I think Morgan's got the camera mount in her truck with her, so I am resorting to the old school measure of just making it work. As you can see though, I have that cut into 4 quadrants. So what you want to do when you cut a potato is you cut it long ways twice. Right, so you cut it in half, then you cut it in half again. That's what gives you this quadrant. And then we're going to go in and we're going to dice it from end to end. And you want to hold it all together like this because it saves you having to try to pull them together and cut them again. And for stewed potatoes, I like leaving the outside on. I could have peeled them, but this is my preference. Everybody has their own style. So we're just gonna start from this end and work our way down, and then I'll show you guys the final product. But that is the fastest way to make potatoes. If you're trying to do home style mashed potatoes, that's how I learned to do this was as a teenager. I was working at a bar, or not a bar, I was working at a hometown grill, Front Porch Grill in Millbrook, Alabama, if you guys have ever heard of it. And I used to peel and dice and slice these potatoes 50 to 100 pounds a day, depending on what we needed for the rush at lunch the next day. We would always make fresh, homemade mashed potatoes every day. I would just do the peeling, chopping, and then put it in a bucket of water, or not a bucket, but a pot of water to sit overnight so it gets nice and soft. They would come in the morning, mash them all up, and serve those beautiful potatoes for lunch. So if you guys have any questions about that, just let us know in the comments below. Alright guys, so these are the stewed potatoes. Like I said, I was going to dice them, season them, throw some butter in with them. They've been cooking for about 40 minutes now. Depending on how hot you cook at, we've been trying to get to 400. The grill's having some issues today, not getting quite that hot. Probably because it's so cold outside. But yeah, getting pretty close. Should probably have another 10-15 minutes on these. And then they're going to be real tender. You can see right there, that real white one. That's what I cut open a second ago just to see how soft they're getting. So hopefully these will be pretty good. First time in a long time doing them.
So basically, I just have to feed Jace and things. And then we can eat. Maybe. Yeah. Look at him over there. It's hard to work.
I haven't changed out my work clothes yet. It's been a long day.
I mean, I'm still in my work clothes, but my shirt says birthday girl because...
There guys, the bread has been sliced, diced, buttered, and salted. We'll throw that on the grill once the potatoes are done before we put the... Well, we'll probably wait till the steaks get put in. We'll put that on with the steaks and just let it heat up, melt the butter. Didn't overdo it on the garlic, but it's all fresh sliced bread, so it should be pretty tasty either way. I don't know if you saw or not, but gas prices already went up 10 cents in the last 3 days.
Hi. Hi. Hello. What's going on? So Rob told me that he, for my 30th birthday, is making me a nice hearty full week of steak lunches. So I'm gonna have steak for lunch for the rest of the week. I think I can get down with that. I mean, who's gonna complain about a week of steak? Not this chick. Rob is putting steaks on the grill. Like, I didn't feel like I needed to narrate that because I figured people could see.
I just thought you had something to say. Nobody wants silence. Alright guys, so take a look at these big, giant porterhouses. I already walked you through everything else. Dale seasoning. Like I said, I keep one hand clean, one hand dirty. We just take a little bit of Everglades. And I always throw that side down first. Now the way this works is it gets hotter on the right side than the left side, so I'm going to throw these fatter steaks on the right side. These are T-bone porterhouses too, so they got the bone in the center. Again, we're going to put the seasoned side down, come back, put seasoning on top. Morgan, I like a lot of seasoning, especially Morgan.
Don't be putting me on blast like that.
I'm just saying the truth. I was lying. These might get a little overcooked because I'm taking too long. And that's that. Hold it back, flip it over, and rinse and repeat. Alright, so we pull the steaks off. We're just letting them rest a little bit. Hopefully I didn't overcook them. Hopefully I didn't undercook them. We'll find out once they rest, and I give them a little slice. We'll come right back once we get everything set up.
You like your celly? See, look, he's bigger than you are.
And I got her some ranch, because I think she eats ranch, but we'll find out later.
I do eat ranch. Rob doing the vlog, doing the vlog, doing the vlog.
Alright guys, we're about to dig in, but this is the final shot of the food we made. So, you got the stewed potatoes, canned potatoes, whatever you want to call them. Just a bunch of seasoning, diced up potatoes, 40 to 50 minutes on the grill. We've got 2 giant porterhouse steaks, and then we've got 3 pretty fat ribeyes. They look pretty good. Everything's nice and brimmed around the edges. Probably still a little bit of pink in the middle. We have the fresh baked garlic bread. I kept the garlic seasoning pretty low. I was gonna get actual cloves and make some real garlic butter. I just didn't have time. So I just sliced it all up, put a little bit of butter in between, and then threw it on the smoker while I was getting everything else ready. So nice and soft. Butter on the inside, butter on the top, and then garlic salted on the top and a little bit on the inside. And of course, Morgan's favorite, Stouffer's oven cooked mac and cheese. And last but not least, I got her some salad mix. That's not for me. And I got her some ranch, because I think she eats ranch, but we'll find out later. Morgan, get here and eat.